Hello everybody, this is Becky Raisler. I have Becky's Junk Journals on Instagram and on YouTube, and I hope you're having a great day today. I have to tell you, today is going to be all about making Franken pages. You may have heard that term, but this is what Franken pages look like. They are pages made out of scraps. And my funny husband, I told him I was making Franken pages, and he said, "You're making pages out of spare parts?" I said, "Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm using scraps and making pages." Here's some examples of them. Put that over there so you can see it better. And I've made them to fit the journal that I'm currently working on. This is a paper towel. This is fabric. Okay. Oh, and I didn't tell you, this is fabric squares on top of that. And paper scraps. This is made with paper scraps. And this is the page that started me down the rabbit hole of Franken pages. I am making a new journal, a little golden book journal called Words. And I decided that this would be the perfect journal to make as an all-writing journal. Normally I do a lot of decoration in mine, but I decided to put a lot of pages in this one, extra pages that are lined, in order to, so you'd have more writing space that was designated. Clearly, of course, you can write over anything, but I wanted to have more lined paper. And when I got the lined paper, it's this size. I don't know what this is, 8 by 14 maybe. I don't know, but it's not, I don't want to put my pages in sideways. Now, I could have folded it in half and used it just like that, but I decided, no, that wasn't going to work for me. I want all my lines to be upright and all my pages to be upright. Can't stand it when I put something where the writing is sideways. It doesn't bother most people, but I don't know what it is about me. I just have to do something with it. Anyway, I'll show you how I did this in a minute, but let me finish showing you the examples. Here's one that's fabric and what have you. Now, these are all the bases, and they will be great for, they're going to end up kind of heavy, kind of thick as cardstock. And they make great covers for your signatures because it holds everything in securely and keeps it from tearing the lighter weight pages when you put a heavier cardstock page on the outside of each of your signatures. This is a plain one. It is lined paper, and the pages were itty bitty. And what I did was I just took both sheets and put them side by side, and with just a 1/4 of an inch space, and overlapped it and then covered it with tape. And now and it qualifies as a Franken page. Here's another style of Franken page. This is all collaged on top of this one. And this was just regular paper, but by the time I collaged everything on it, it's as thick as cardstock. Here's some more examples of these plain ones. Here's one that I put lace on the edges. Here's one that I hadn't done yet. I haven't put the, can you see how it's just barely glued together, so that's why you need the tape over it to support it. And this one is another Franken page, And this one was a piece of cardstock, and I glued a piece of paper that I had over the back of it because it was a white back. But this one is totally surrounded in various laces, the cotton crochet type lace. This piece right here that I added on was off of a table runner that I had, a knit table runner. And then this one is one I like. This was probably the first one. I had this photocopied sheet of these birds, and I didn't want to put the bird sideways, you know, like that in my journal. So this was an 8.5 by 11 sheet that I cut down and started with that, and it goes all the way over to here, and then I just put paper on top of this side and paper backing there. And this decoration right here, I was just going to have this one thing there, and that was because I had gotten glue on the paper and tried to get it off and tore a tiny little hole in the paper, so I glued that on top of it, and while I was gluing that on top of it, I dribbled some more of that glue down here. So, you know what? If you don't like it, you can always cover it up. So, 3. Okay, here I'm going to tell you how I put these things together. This one I haven't put together yet. I'm going to show you how I do it. I have decided, I had this bag, and I decided that I wanted to make a page out of this bag. But I didn't want it sideways. So I cut my page to the height that I wanted it. I slid open the side here of the bag. So it's open right now at the top and on the side. Then I measured how wide I wanted my page, and that happens to be 5.5 inches, and my maximum height is 7.5 inches that I want. But I want to go more than 5.5 inches this way. So I folded up this part right here, and that is what I'm going to glue to. And what I'm going to glue to, I'm going to go on the back, right at that fold line, right there. Now this is off of a piece of product packaging, and I'll collage something, or, you know, put some stickers or something over the top of that. But that is what I'll glue there. And then I'm going to, on the other side, I guess I could turn that over so you could see that. Okay, this is not going to be used at this moment. This is going to be glued over that. So that will be my page. Now I could bring it all the way over and then just add something more over here. And that is something I might do. I just happen to have this scrap of lace that was the right length. So I decided I wanted to do that somehow or another. I could take it all the way over. I could add on to this and then cover that over that, but I don't like that. I'm not a neutral person, as most of you know. I don't normally do neutrals, so but I was doing this one because I wanted to use the bag. Now, on this side, I'll have the pocket open here, and I'll glue down the top edge. So I'll have a pocket right there on this page. Okay. Show you what I thought of on the other. Oh yeah, this part right here that I cut off the top of the bag, I'm going to save it for a tuck at the bottom of a page. So don't throw anything away. even if it's brown, neutral. So that's the one I've got there. Here's another one. This one I've already started gluing it together. So I'll show, I picked these things out to finish the back out. So this is what it looks like. I started with a piece of paper, this piece of paper that came over to here. I glued this embossed piece that somebody sent me in a Happy Mail, and I just loved it. I glued it down on top of the folded over section, and that's 5.5 there. I glued it down over the folded half section, and then I put my piece on top of the folded edge. Then I added the little strip down here and some washi tape over to keep those two strips together because they're almost too small. So what I'll do on the back, to finish up the back, this is what I've decided to do. This goes there. That'll go there. This goes there. And this is going to go here. And that'll be the back. So when I open it up, the fold will be right along here. And I'll have half of my page will be like that. Anyway, I'll show it to you once I get all these done. I'll take pictures of it and put it together for you. My second thought was putting this yellow strip down at the bottom, and I've decided that I wanted to use this yellow strip of fabric I have. All right, here is this one, what started it all off. Started off big like that. My maximum height was 7.5 inches that I wanted in my journal. And so I cut the bottom off, so it'd be 7.5 inches tall. And then I folded up this edge, so this side would be 5.5. My page would be 5.5. That gives me this right here to work with. So this one, I'm going to put this page right there, like that, to the point where it'll be 5.5. And this down here is going to go down there. And that will be this page. Lots of little writing spaces. And I was able to use the bottom of the pad and get it in there. So that'll be how I'll start to do that page. While I was working with my scraps, I got sidetracked. And here is the bonus project that I ended up doing. While I was doing the Franken pages in the middle of them, I had all my fabric scraps out looking for stuff. And check this out. I had so much fun. This is all just fabric scraps that I had when I was sorting through them. I went through and what these are going to be, I'm going to make tabs. And I like my tabs to be big. Sometimes I put it right over an edge like that. So this is an example of how this tab will look on this page if I was to use this tab. And they all started out, and I don't have a sewing machine, so I have to glue everything. But this is all scraps, and they will be really cute as tabs. And I made them, so some of them were smaller. It just depends on how big my scraps were. But I made them specifically out of all my scraps that I happen to have laying around. And I used fabric on most of them. I tried one with paper, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I ended up backing it with fabric. This one is with paper, and I don't like the way it looks showing the white on the inside, so I'll probably put a piece of fabric underneath it. Maybe a wide piece of ribbon or something. But I had a good time. I was playing and I was having fun. Hope you have a great day. If you have any questions about making these oversized tabs or Franken pages, please leave a message in the comments and I will get back to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye, y'all.